Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, we went to another great new store in Oxford. This one called Modern Marketplace. Then we visited with another great store in Oxford called Cracked. And finally, went to the National Trail opening, all today at our Community Access. Welcome back. Another great news store in Oxford. This one is Modern Marketplace. With the story is our reporter, Alexa War. Alexa?
Hello everyone, we are in downtown Oxford on this very windy day, as you can tell. We are going to check out a new business today, Modern Marketplace, so let's go check it out. Hi ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Welcome
to Modern Marketplace.
Awesome. Well, can we sit down and discuss some of the things that you have here?
Sure.
Awesome. So tell us what your business inspiration was behind the store.
Just having the freedom of an open floor plan, a little bit different than having booth style. We have 27 vendors here, all from Michigan. So.
Now, are you local to Oxford, or did you just think about moving your business
Well, I
here?
live in Leonard.
Okay.
So it's hop, skip, and a jump from there. I grew up in Clarkston, a lot of family members in Oxford.
So definitely local to the area.
Definitely.
Awesome. Now, is this your first business, or?
This is my first ownership, yes.
Okay. Did it take a lot of preparation to get here?
Well, I've been doing this for about 7-8 years. So
Okay.
yes, I started out just like everybody else, right in my garage.
All right. Now, tell us some of the items that you sell here. I see a lot of different things.
We do. We have a lot of different things. We have 4 or 5 furniture vendors. We have some home decor. We have some artists. We have the wire forest up there. We have signs that are made. Just a little bit of everything for everybody.
Now, you said artists, and that really sparked my interest. So are any of these vendors local, or?
A lot of them are. Most of them are. I'm going to say 90% of my vendors are local. I think I have one gal that's out of Bay City.
Okay. Can you mention to us some of those local vendors that you sell?
Sure. Wire Forest is from Leonard as well.
Awesome.
She does really well with her artistry up there. We have a couple Oxford girls, a couple Lake Orion. So
a very
local.
hometown business.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And maybe some of your future customers might even be familiar with some of that
I
art.
do. They have a lot of
Awesome.
followers.
Great.
So they bring them in.
Even more business.
Right.
Okay. Now, for the certain pieces, especially for the hometown pieces, so to speak, is it also old and new pieces? Can people donate, or?
We don't take donations.
Okay.
We don't really do a whole lot of things on consignment.
Okay.
So we just basically, so for instance, us girls that do the furniture, you're taking old pieces and you're upcycling them.
Awesome. Okay, so where do you usually go about getting the old pieces of furniture from?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
A lot of estate sales, marketplace,
Awesome.
garage sales. So, but they have to be high quality, so you're
Of course.
really picking through.
Right. So speaking of this table and where you get the furniture, what are some of the products that you use for it?
This product, this particular table is not mine. This is Holly's.
Okay.
And she uses chalk paint. So she'll
Awesome.
use either Annie Sloan or she'll use Wise Owl. She uses several different products. I sell general finishes here. I typically stay with the general finishes line, but we experiment.
Okay.
So-
Now, do you know what products are used for each of the products that you sell here?
I usually do, yeah. I know
Awesome.
what all the girls use.
And if your customers wanted to know, just maybe they're allergic to something or they can't really stand another product, would they be able to access what?
They would.
Okay.
They would. We both, even the store manager is aware of the process that they use to get to where they are at.
Okay. And you talked about yours, so what are some designs and pieces that are unique to you?
I like big furniture.
Yeah. Also, you do like the dressers
I do.
and the cabinets and
I do.
stuff?
A lot of big
Awesome.
pieces, a lot of dining room tables.
Okay.
We actually don't even have any dining room tables in here, large ones, because they sold. So,
Wow. Okay. How often do you guys get new products in?
at least once a week, but this time we had a really good weekend last weekend, so we're doing 2 days this week taking furniture. So
So shipments are usually one day a week,
It's
roughly?
Well, yeah, they bring in whatever they want to bring in, whenever they want to bring in. They
Okay.
kind of have that availability to do whatever the freedom that they need to. So whenever they have a piece, I usually take it.
Okay, so you typically don't know what's coming in before it actually
I
comes
don't.
in. Is it a way that customers can pre-order something or ask for a certain piece? And
We
you'd be able
do.
to get it?
We listen to the customers. We have a list up there that we write down, like somebody's looking for a corner hutch. So we have enough between the 4 or 5 of us that do furniture, enough stock that we probably have something for them.
Okay. Now, how long does it take? Like if someone were to come in and request a 4x4 dresser, for instance, how long
Just
would that
depends
take?
on if we have it, if it's what they like.
Okay.
But typically, we can find something within a week. And then we also, if they have something, we can paint it
Oh,
for them. We do custom
awesome.
orders as well.
So it's a lot of people who have hands-on in this project, in this business, one of them being your daughter. What does she do?
I have 2 daughters actually involved in the
Oh,
business.
okay.
So I have the one daughter, she's not here right now, Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
She does a lot of the advertising. She also does the handmade signs up there. And then Katie does the candles here, and she also is the store manager, so she's here pretty much 5 days a week.
Awesome. Well, we have to speak with Katie then. Handmade candles. That's cool. All right. All right, Katie, so we heard from your mom that you're the store manager. What duties do you perform being that?
I create the parties, any Facebook things that we need done, which also my other sister does that as well. I run the cash register, help customers throughout the day, open, close, money.
Yeah, all of the big important stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how many people do you typically have working here on a daily basis?
Just me.
Yeah.
And then we have Allie from downstairs. She helps my mom as well. So.
Okay. Now tell us more in depth about some of the tinier pieces that people may not know that you guys carry.
So Desk Range Designs and more. She does shirts, home decals. We have these little potting shed succulents and plants and things like that that are real. We also have some little items from all of the vendors that are like wholesale items
Right.
and resell. Cups. We have the engraved cups over there. They're glassware. So just
A little of
yeah,
everything.
candlesticks. EC Works does a bunch of woodworking things that are good.
Those are always nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So t-shirts, that's one thing that I didn't know. T-shirts, how do you go about like creating those? Can people also come in and request those
Yes.
and there's certain designs?
Yep, she does have a Facebook page, and we also have her cards here. So if you ever want something specific, we can get you in touch with her and go about it that way.
Now, do all of your vendors have cards here that people can pick up?
Yes.
Awesome. So, for whatever reason, and that's not the case here, but if they did want to reach out to the individual vendors, they wouldn't necessarily have to come to the store, say they want to pre-order something.
Right.
Awesome.
You could do that.
Okay. Now, the decals, let's talk more about this. How often do you get new designs for the decals if someone were
We
just to
just
walk
have
in?
the 3 right now, but those can always be custom ordered as well. Those were just brought in to see how they would sell in general, but they're doing well.
So now the cards, we didn't mention the cards. Are these hand designed?
They are. From Denise from Brush and Boutique does these, and she also has a couple other things in here too. She does these cards handmade. She paints them by hand. So they're like, there's angel wings. Those are greeting cards basically, and then she has some tiles that she does where she collects rocks from all around Michigan, Michigan lakes really, and she creates these little.
Designs and
Yeah.
things. Awesome. Now, the greeting cards, they're all handmade. So if someone, again, going back to the customers, because they're everything, if they wanted specific messages, like say it's something not too common, like it's my dog's birthday, I want a birthday card for my dog, would she be able to go in and create that message for it? And just like type little stuff in them?
Yes,
Awesome.
you could definitely do that. She also, we're going to get a book in here soon. She does pet portraits
Oh,
and house
wow.
portraits. So she hand paints like your house from a picture or from your pet.
So this is literally like a one-stop shop.
Yep.
It's a Hallmark store, a greeting store, everything.
plant
furniture
store, everything.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And then again, going back to the t-shirt designs, I saw walking through here that it's some blankets, some knitted hats. You guys do that as well.
So we there is a lady, her name's Linda from Grayscale, and she does do her she does do the crocheting blankets, and she has her winter ones on sale, but she just brought in a whole bunch of spring ones as well. So there's those, and then we have the knitted hats from Melon Caps, and she also does headbands as
So
well.
the turnout for those are extremely fast. Spring blankets is barely spring. It's so cold outside. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, they're beautiful too. She's done them in a bunch of different colors as well. So
Okay. Now, those are also something that customers can pick. Say they want pink and purple blankets. They can
They
pick
could.
that. Okay, great. All right, now tell us how to get in touch with you on Facebook, email, and phone number.
So our Facebook page is Modern Marketplace LLC. Our phone number is 248-572-7313, and then our email address is modernmarketplace@gmail.com.
Awesome. And you are located right off of...
We're 2 South Washington, Oxford, Michigan, and our store hours are 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 12 to 4 on Sunday.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go, another great new store in Oxford. Then we went to another great store in Oxford, this one called Cracked. With this story is reporter Terry Stiles. Terry?
Hi, Bill. Last time we saw this guy, we were in Oxford. This is Alex Chudzinski, right? Alex Chudzinski. We saw him at the Legacy Center. That's when he was first starting out his business, and now we're down by Great Lakes Mall, and we are at Cracked, right?
Yep.
This is your second business.
This is my second location, yes.
And the other location, you were at the Legacy Center, now you're downtown Oxford.
Yep, moved right downtown next to Victoria's.
And then you've been here how long?
I've been here for almost a year and a half.
Isn't that something? And now,
crazy.
big news, you have another one opening up.
Yep, so I'm opening one in Lapeer. So right across from the Verizon store and can't think of the name of it right now.
Oh, so by Applebee's.
It's kind of like somewhat down the road from Applebee's. It's Apple Tree. It's like a little family restaurant.
Yeah,
You get
right
mixed
on
up.
24. Yeah. So how did you get, let's talk about your journey. You started out at the Legacy Center just out of high school, or were you out of high school yet?
Kind of right out of high school. So when I was in high school, I did this kind of as a side business. I used to work at Main Street Bicycles down in Lake Orion.
right.
And I had a couple other jobs before and after that, but I basically fixed phones for people on the side. So you would text me, I would send you the links to buy the parts, you'd buy the parts, and then I would charge you like an install fee. So eventually what happened was I started stocking my own parts, so you wouldn't have to wait and you wouldn't have to order them, and you would contact me, I would meet it with you like at Panera Bread, Starbucks, and
Wow,
fix it
yeah.
right there. I probably fixed like 200-300 phones inside that restaurant.
So were there basic things that went wrong, or did people text you and say, this is what's going wrong with my phone, and you could
Yeah.
diagnose it from
So
there?
basically, when I first started, the main issues with the phones were just like screen replacements,
Mm-hmm.
and then every once in a while I'd get something more difficult, and then when I would get those more difficult repairs, I would just kind of teach myself
Wow.
and go from there.
So let's back up a little bit. Obviously, you have to have a mind for electronics.
Yep.
Did you learn some of that in school, or
Yes.
was it all teaching yourself?
Most of it was self-taught. I mean, in my free time, I like cars and outdoor stuff, like motorcycles, stuff with motors. So I would say I'm very mechanically inclined. So I knew some of it, but I took a lot of engineering and CAD classes in high school,
Oh, that
so that helped a lot as well.
So what, you started out, I know I've read on Facebook and everywhere else, anybody know where I can get my phone fixed? And usually it was like a cracked screen. What is the basic things that you're doing now for phones? Because I know it's really expensive just to get the screen replaced. I have a tablet. I was going to have to buy a new tablet because I had a cracked screen. So what else goes wrong, basically?
So a lot of time, most time it's screen replacement. Every device is a little different. Some devices are cheap to fix, some devices are expensive. It just depends on what kind of display it uses. But a lot of people, when you use cheap cables on your phones or fast chargers, it basically
really?
burns out the chip that controls the charging. So that's like a board level issue. And that's really common because people don't like buying $30 cables.
Right.
And if you can get one for $5, usually people just buy the $5 one, not knowing there's a difference. So we get a lot of phones with battery issues because of that, charging issues because of that. People drop their phones in water. They bend them. A lot of times with females' phones, more likely. What happens is the ear speaker, when you talk on someone on the phone, it gets clogged with makeup and it gets really quiet, and people usually think their phone's broken and that type of thing. They just come in, we clean it for free, and they're on their way. But that's really common. Screen replace, everyone drops their phones, but battery replacement, charging ports, screens, liquid damage, data recovery is mostly what we do, what we see the most.
Right now, from what I understand, I cannot buy a replacement battery for my phone. So I have an iPhone 5, I think, or 7.
You can,
So what do I do then?
So you could buy one, but you most likely wouldn't be able to install it. The iPhones don't have user replaceable batteries is what they call it, so they're basically glued down into the phone, and it requires technique and skill to replace it. And you would come to us, we have a program that we can test your battery, we can see how many times it's been charged, what percentage it's at, so we can kind of diagnose it without even opening the device. So we can come here, we'll tell you if you need the battery, and then 20, 30 minutes, you have a new battery in your phone.
Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing, and I keep hearing that over and over and over again, that it's 20, 30 minutes,
Yep.
you're not outrageously expensive, and it's not just phones,
Yep.
right?
We
What
do
else is it?
everything. So I've done a lot of crazy stuff. You could say I've fixed gauge clusters for cars for friends and some customers, some radio units. I don't always like pulling some stuff I do like doing and some stuff I won't do. But I fixed dental equipment for a dentist's office.
my
They dropped
gosh.
it. It was like a $10,000 piece of dental equipment that
Holy
they dropped
cow.
and they broke the screen on it. And I was able to save them like $1,200. They sent it out and they got a quote for like $1,200, and I was able to fix it for a lot less. And that was when I was back in the old Oxford, like the first Oxford store.
Wow, that tiny little place, you've come a
Yeah.
long way.
Yeah.
So as far as you guys fixing it, is there something, as far as your computers or something, do they have to bring in the whole unit to get it diagnosed, or how does that work when they have a computer issue?
So when they have a computer issue, usually if it's like a desktop, all they have to bring is just the tower. Just the tower, that's all we need. Basically tower password if like we're doing a
Okay,
cleanup or virus
nice.
removal. If it's a laptop, just the laptop and charger, and that's about it. We have everything else. Same thing if you were to bring a phone or a tablet. We have all the charging cables and everything in stock. So we don't need those, but if it's a laptop, every laptop usually uses a
something
different cable, so we usually like the customers to bring those ones in.
And this is something that you continue to teach yourself, or have you had to go to updated classes, or
So,
a lot of YouTube? How do you keep up
so,
with everything?
Technology is continuously changing, so you have to
Yeah,
continuously change and teach yourself stuff. I'm part of a group. I'm part of a couple repair groups online, and
Oh my gosh.
between like the 3-4 groups, there's probably 10,000-15,000 shops. So we all share information with each other. I have a couple friends locally and out of state that own shops that I speak with a lot, and we help each other out. But recently I went down to Miami for a week course for like micro soldering, data recovery purposes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw somewhere that you also fix watches, et cetera, or
Yep.
watch repair. Same thing, all that tiny stuff,
Well,
right?
smart watches, not so much
Okay,
actual
right,
watch, but smart watches.
But there's still all that tiny little
yeah,
stuff
it's
in there.
all super small.
I don't know, do you wear 10 times glasses, the thick things?
We
to-
have,
I don't know how you see it even.
We have most of the stuff we can still see with our by hand.
Wow.
But for like some of the really tiny stuff, we have some microscopes at the shops that go like 90, 180 times zoom.
So this is all, you've done this right from high school. Tell
Yep.
me a little bit about Cracked itself. Is that a franchise, or how
So-
does that work?
So actually what happened is when I first started, I had like a Facebook page, Twitter, and it was Elo Phone Repair back when I was in high school. And then coming out of high school, my mentor, the guy that owns the Legacy Center, I'm really
Christian
close.
Mills,
Christian
uh-huh,
Mills, yeah. So I
right.
basically lived at his house for like 2 summers because me and all my friends were friends with him and his son. And one day we were just sitting at his dining room table trying to figure out new names, and youngest son, Ben, went upstairs and came back downstairs and came up with a name. So he came up with the crack
Correct.
name, and out of high school is when I switched it from LO Phone Repair, because obviously I can't be in Oxford with
LO,
Phone,
right.
LO Phone Repair. But that's kind of how that got started. But before I was in Legacy, I actually had a cubicle with Christian off of Indianwood. So that technically was
yeah.
my first store, but it wasn't really a store.
Right. That was just your workspace.
Yeah, that was kind of my workspace.
Okay.
Instead of going to Panera Bread or Starbucks, I had somewhere that you could actually meet
Yeah,
me.
Kristen's, and he's great for that. That's really,
Yeah,
I'm sure
Kristen's
there's a
awesome.
lot that you can say about how that's helped you out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you're from Lake Orion. I am too. I'm a Dragon, but I also am an Oxford resident, and we in Oxford are very proud of you and what
Mm-hmm. Thank
you've
you.
done. And we're going to keep on following you and your legacy. No pun intended.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Great story. Next up, so went to the National Trail Opening Day.
Thanks, Bill. We're here at the Pollyant Trail where a group of kids are getting ready to go and pick up trash outside on the Pollyant Trail. They're going to go all the way east towards Leonard, and they're going to go, I think, west as well towards downtown Oxford. So let's go and see what they can do. Can you tell me your favorite thing about being on the trail today? Are you excited? What's your favorite thing?
Being a Girl Scout.
Littering is a really big problem, so it's really great that you guys are out here to help solve it on the Pollyant Trail. Don't you think that's great?
Yeah.
We're here with Linda Moran, the Pollyant Trail. What's your title?
I'm the Pollyant Trail Manager, Oakland County.
I wanted to be sure that that title was right.
Nope,
All
that's
right. All right. So, what did you do to help organize this today?
Well, we contacted the Girl Scouts. We contacted JD, and she reached out to our Girl Scouts and some of our Boy Scouts to come out today. Today is National Open the Trail Day, which is a day that it's kind of safe to go out and use the trails. You're not going to rut up the dirt trails, and it's just kind of a kickoff to summer. So over the winter, we get a lot of trash that builds up on the trail and on the roadsides and things. So the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts came out, and they're doing our trash pickup today. So they are earning badges. We're getting the trash picked up, and I get to come out and play with all the kids, and I just love it.
That is a win-win-win. Wow.
I love the kids. I mean, the more kids, the more better. I mean, I just love them, and they're so excited and so happy, and just so we have some wildflower seeds, some native wildflower seeds that we're going to be spreading along the trail. So hopefully we'll get some more pollinator flowers and plants out here to help with our pollinators, which is a continuing project we've been doing out here with our butterfly gardens and our pollinator gardens.
And this is a really great project to help fix the problem of littering and
Littering, and a lot of it is people that recycle. You know, you put your bins out, it's a windy day, stuff just goes places. It's not so much littering as indirect, it's indirect littering. And so we get a lot of it, we pick it up, we save it out of the water. You know, the plastic bags, they fly everywhere and stuff, so we're doing that. So it's really turned out to be a great project. We had over 80 girls, not counting parents, and troop leaders. We had over 80 children out here today, Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts.
that is unbelievable. That's a lot of people. So, what kind of trash you guys finding on the trail?
Bottles and like a lot of paper. Even finding Jeff tires, broken ladder, and then there's nothing else because millions of people have been on the trail.
So some people have beaten you to the trash, I see. You have those flowers right there, and tell me about those flowers.
They're wildflowers, and we're gonna plant them in tall grass.
What kind of trash are you finding on the trail?
A lot Glass.
Beer bottles.
Beer bottles?
Glass.
Glass.
I found a broken bottle.
You did. What about you?
Paper.
Paper. All right.
Metal.
Random stuff.
All right. What about you?
Paper.
Paper. All right. What about you?
Plastic.
Paper also.
Paper also. All right, moms over here. So, how long have you guys been walking?
About an hour and a half.
All right, and so your bags are look pretty heavy.
Getting there.
We've already dropped off a couple big bags, so there's a lot of garbage out here. Lots of garbage out here for sure.
You guys, what is your favorite part about being able to pick up this trash today?
Well, we're basically helping the community out. I've been on this trail a lot for biking trips, and I've seen trash scattered.
We're helping the animals to not get sick.
That's right.
We're helping the earth be clean.
You are. You are.
Because Earth Day's coming up.
Day is coming up, and today is National Trail Day, so that's why we're all out here. So thanks so much for talking with me. I will get you back to doing your job, but real quick, those brown paper things in your hand, can you tell us what they are?
Seeds.
What kind of seeds?
Wildflowers.
Yeah, wildflowers, native wildflowers. That's it from us at the Pollyant Trail. Back to you, Bill.
There you go. That's all the time for this week. So for our great crew, I am Bill Service. By the way, do not miss this most important message right after this.
The move comes 4 days after her blackface comment that provoked a firestorm.
In an era of media consolidation and globalization, the PEG channels root our media in local communities, in local voices, and that is absolutely indispensable.
A lot of people are able to get job training, information, just from using public access.
This is about the arts. This is about accessibility. This is about transparency.
Great youth media programs giving people second chances in being able to learn new skills.
PEG stations give viewers critical information about their communities and offer an important platform for local residents. PEG channels connect us to our communities and they enrich our lives every single day of the year. The FCC should work for communities, not powerful cable companies. This battle is a lot like the fight for net neutrality. Net neutrality is really about every voice, no matter how small, being heard. The same is true here with the PEG channels.
The main threat facing media centers nationwide is that the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, is going to redefine how we receive our funding.
It will impact the people who we're trying to serve. They're actually paying for us in their cable bill. And now all of a sudden the cable operator is taking their money, then deducting it from us.
They cannot be in a position where they basically force the shuttering of PEG channels all across our country.
We need Congress to tell the FCC that they're out of bounds.
It's pretty clear to me that the FCC is an agency that does the public's will begrudgingly, and it fits and starts.
We're talking about supporting causes, charities, education, youth, seniors, democracy.
This is not a left issue. This is not a right issue. This is an everybody issue.
If you care about protecting local community access television, raise your voices.